The Enclave was once the heart of magical development and trade for practitioners of magic all across the Maida Basin. Not all weavers claimed it as their home, but those that did built a legacy of progress, constructs, and innovation. The likes of which have not been seen since the Surge, almost half a century ago, when a cascade of arcane disasters racked the Maida, and without warning, the Enclave sealed itself away behind a magical wall known as the Veil. Rich and powerful leaders were wounded and killed. Decades of war broke out. Every nation suffered an economic collapse. The world is calmer now, but magic has been shunned, taking the blame for decades of unrest. Weavers remain pariahs to this day. Most places tolerate us if we don't stay too long. While some weavers remember what it was like before the Surge, I've never known a time when weavers had a home. I chose this life years ago, but I'd be lying if I said it's lived up to all I hoped it would be. Stop! Still, my luck might be changing. A few weeks ago, I began traveling with a new weaver band. Now, they've brought me here, where it all began. Oh.
Thanks.
Bryn! Over here. What do you think?
When you told me that joining your band meant I'd see the Veil, I wasn't picturing...
No one's been this close in years. Weavers have known about this safe zone in the Veil's shadow for decades, but no one has found a route. You have no idea what I had to do to puzzle out the...
I definitely want to hear that story later.
My hope is that we're going to find artifacts from the Enclave itself. I'll stay to oversee the camp setup. Why don't you take the preliminary scouting exercise?
Really?
Of course. It's important for the other weave. The map I bartered for in Tarza suggests there's a watchtower deeper into the valley.
That's my first landmark, then?
Yes. It should help us get our bearings before we start the search for the Strand Road. And if you make any discoveries, that will endear you to the...
For sure. I'd love to find my footing with the rest of them.
I'll act as the watcher on the scry and pull you back if anything gets to... Just steer clear of the tangles. Any questions before you head out?
No questions from me. I'm ready to head to the watchtower.
Glad to hear it. You can head out then.
I need to reach the watchtower, not head back to the caravan.
No visuals on the scry. Can you hear me?
I can. Some interference, though.
Must be the tangles. Still, strong enough to pull you out like you practiced. Dom?
I'm on it.
The Veil. Even more impressive up close.
This should magnify the enchantment, and...
Tangles. Beautiful.
And deadly. Give them a wide berth. The closer you get to the Veil, the thicker they'll become.
its shadow is believed to be impenetrable.
Until now.
That wall is completely frozen.
We should expect enchantments to act strangely this close to the Veil.
See those glowing bulbs? Infernal alliums. They combust when broken.
So, if I toss one at the wall, its fire will melt the ice.
Brilliant! Best to use kinetic magic to keep clear of the blast.
Perfect. Knowing the watchtower's relative position establishes the distance to the Strand Road. You can come back to... What is that?
Coral. There were rumors of a living mineral that grew deep beneath the Enclave's surface. It seems they were true.
There's more of it in that cave. I could take a closer look.
Too risky to deviate from the plan. First outing was just to reach the watchtower.
This is going well. I say we check it out before finishing the expedition. Beautiful. I've never seen anything like it.
Darm's right about it being a living mineral. I can feel it humming with magic.
Wait, I'm losing...
Aurea?
Print connections back.
Was that a drake?
Yeah.
Pulling you out.
His breath. I knew this was a bad idea.
We can't extract you.
Darm, fix it. And Lane have tonics on standby for her return. Good. Head out of the cave so we can get our bearings.
It's an Ash Peak drake.
Quick, your frost magic can cool a path. Good. Darn's still working on the scribe, but you need to keep moving. Lane, got anything from the map?
There should be a minor patrol path ahead that loops back to the watchtower. It runs close to the Vale, though.
It's our only option.
I'm on it.
Oria, that Drake's acting weak. Let's just focus on getting her back safe. I'll go back to unpacking the armory. Moving. Damn it, Casmin was right. That Drake is rotting. Erratic flight. Aggressive. It won't stop.
Skies, what do we do?
We get you back to the caravan fast. Clear line of fire. Good time to use your bow.
Brook should lead to the path guards used to reach the watchtower prior to the surge. That Drake is never far behind. Just keep going.
That can't be an ark.
No one has seen one in almost 50 years, let alone outside the Veil.
The Archons never left the Enclave. Still, you need to get... You've got to hold it off. We'll work on an escape plan. What have you got?
Trying, but she's too close to the Veil. The tangles...
Too thick, I know.
This isn't the strangest.
What the... Hang on, Bryn.
Everything okay back there?
Change of plans, everyone! Pack up!
You're... What?
We're coming to you, Bryn. Follow that arc. We need to go. Now. Up ahead! Please! I'm fine. Keep moving! Guys, the arc!
Has anyone else noticed we're practically sitting on a loom gate?
That can wait, Dom. Aurea, you should be resting. If your wing doesn't heal, our point is out of...
That's what I need to address. While my wing recovers, Bryn will take over expeditions as our...
You sure she's ready for all of this?
Bryn did face down an Ash Peak Drake and lived to tell the tale. I think we're in good...
Yes. I have every confidence that she will make a great point.
As long as we don't all die here first.
Hey, take a moment to remember. We're in the Enclave. Haven't we all? This place holds mysteries beyond our wildest dreams and secrets to our past as weavers.
Revelations await us.
Exactly. When we first set out to investigate the Veil's shadow, the Enclave was once a safe haven for all weavers. And the pit since the Veil went up, weavers took the blame for decades of war. Stories that put children to... all because of what? We owe it to ourselves and to our brethren across the Maida to find out... Maybe then, weavers can... But first, Bryn, that's you and me. Find me when you're ready. Adjourned.
The scry. The whole band gathers around when I'm away from camp. It's nice to have people literally watching my back. I wonder how this arc managed to get us through.
By the looks of it,
Well, the Enclave built many arcs and other magical constructs. I've never heard of...
you think we might find another ark that could help us
Or possibly repair this one? It must be special somehow. As Aurea said,
We know as much as we can from looking at it. Time to start exploring if we want. Sev, how are you holding up?
Oh, fine. I mean, I'm trapped inside a magic bubble that's filled. Also left an entire known world behind, and I'll probably never see remnants. But, you know, I'm fine.
Well, good to see you're settling in and
Oh, sure. It's no big deal. It's not like we lack supplies, and we...
Sev,
This apprenticeship is turning into more than I signed up for.
that is completely
Yeah. You're probably right.
Of course. I'm here for you.
Sure.
So after all the legends, this is...
Legends for you, maybe. Some of us trained under weavers who were born. Still, it is surreal to see it for myself now. You're going to be out there, exploring. Promise to take it all in for me.
I was made for this, Aurea. Failure hasn't even...
Watch that ego. Overconfidence, that said, getting smacked in the face is your job from time to time.
I know.
Anyway, enough with the sentimentality. For your first expedition, thankfully, Linktree has an old map of the Enclave to help us. It's 60 years old. Pre-Surge. No chance it's accurate, but that's where you...
I'll update it as I go.
Exactly. We've made camp in what was once a way station for caravans entering the Enclave. Just below us is Glintwood Hollow, a valley on the outskirts of the Enclave. I've scanned it from the Overlook, and we've got a second loom gate, and what appears to be a giant statue. Possibly an ark.
You can see it from here? Must be.
If either is functional, Dom will throw you a party. I'll be with you on the scry. With fewer tangles, we're hoping the connection will be stronger. The path is...
I'll head out now. So this is a loom gate.
The Enclave constructed these for transit. Oh, imagine being able to travel leagues.
There's no sign of damage.
Deactivated, perhaps? Or simply lacking the energy such a powerful...
You'd know better than any of us.
Oh, the possibilities. All the places we could go. Oh, to hold the hand of my most darling... metaphorically, of course. The loom gates famously moved people one at a time. Too dangerous otherwise, I imagine.
Do you two need...
Solar, your genius is just... what was that, Bryn? Yes.
Sure.
Trust me, it's not a euphemism. Don't.
Your tent. Might not be glamorous, but you could...
It's perfect.
I don't know about perfect. I could have done a better job if we didn't lose half our supply.
Seriously, I didn't have anything close to this in Aaron's band. Huh.
Huh. That's...
I've got you clear as a Sansa summer, Bryn.
No interference from the Enclave.
None. The connection is much stronger than outside the Vale.
That's reassuring.
More arcs.
And they're clearly happy we're here.
Arcs were supposed to be used for manual labor. Hostility is strange.
Fresh water, in walking distance of the campsite.
I'll set up a purifier for it and collect later.
Hydra's Brook, aptly named for the spirit of water that flows.
Creatures could be hunted for food. Any of these plants look edible?
Dan will put anything in his mouth if he's curious enough. Whatever he doesn't vomit, we'll eat.
Just try not to poison him.
This must be Hydra's lake.
But lakes are still. Why name it after the spirit of flowing water?
Point. What a beautiful view.
This must be the second loom gate.
What's covering the base?
I'll check it out. A lot of debris on the platform. I could clear it with kinetic magic.
What about the loom gate itself? Is it functional?
No sign of life, but see that cloud of raw magic? It's leaking from the broken pipe near the edge of the platform.
So we have two powerless loom gates and a tangle leaking out of an enclave construction. I wonder if Lane still has that treatise we picked up in Taza.
And he's gone.
With the debris gone, this loom gate doesn't appear to be in poor shape at all. Time to check out the Great Ark.
I was right. It is an ark. A great one.
It isn't moving. I'll get a closer look.
An ark of the stricken earth, I would guess. Any chance you could bring a piece of it back to camp?
Doubt my sword is strong enough.
Then there's not much we can do with this for now. Dom seems to have an idea about the loom gate, at least. 2 Enclave constructs. Neither of them functional. Good news. Lane found a shortcut back to our camp for you, and we've got the Wisp working.
The Wisp?
Watcher's Wisp. Channel a little magic into your earpiece. I'll redirect it to guide you from the scry to the shortcut.
I see the path.
Good. That should take you to the shortcut.
That should be it. According to my map, it's a man-made tunnel that grants easy access to the way station.
Bryn's back. Let's fill her in.
We believe we found a way to activate the loom gate in our camp and in Glintwood Hollow.
Skies! What are we waiting for? I want to be the...
It will be a defining moment of your career.
So, how do we repair...
What made the Enclave remarkable was not merely their constructs, but their ability to power them. It has long been rumored that beneath our very feet exists an extensive magical network known as... The pipe you found in Glintwood Hollow is proof of its existence. It must be a conduit that directs raw magic to the loom gate.
And the tangle that formed around it was a leak.
Precisely. Our theory is that patching the rupture will restore power to the gate.
Thankfully, Seven Lane have a plan for that.
We don't know a lot about arcs, but I dug up some old stories from logs that we inherited from a weaver band that broke up. In notes dated before the Surge, this band managed to get one of the enchanters who worked on the arcs riotous.
Apparently, the Arks have a thin carapace between their skin and their armor plates that's nigh immune to magic. A magically resistant material like that would be perfect to see.
So I need to cleave this carapace off the Ark? There's no way my sword is...
Come see me and we can make some improvements to Sola's forge. Which, in turn, means...
I could hone your sword so we can cleave the carapace.
We'll talk.
Great foresight in removing the debris from the Loomgate's platform. We've got a clear workspace once the pat...
Happy to be one step ahead.
Everyone's got a part to play in this.
Hey, I know we need to fix up the forge, but before we do...
Sure. What for?
I've been a little cold since you've arrived, and I was just under a lot of stress with...
You mean when we ran for our lives from a death cloud?
Yeah, that. And losing supplies, and Aurea getting injured.
Lacks experience.
At the time, that's what it seemed like. But ever since we arrived, you made finding food and water a top priority. That's when I realized I underestimated you when I shouldn't have.
It's okay, Cap.
No, it's not. I really am sorry.
Thanks. That means...
I'd love that.
So, I know Sola mentioned improvements to her forge meant being able to hone my sword. What does that entail?
Unfortunately, the missing supply...
Is there a way I can help you
Right now, we reserve the materials you bring back for your armors and weapons, because that's... But, if there's anything you can spare, I can
Sounds simple enough.
Glad to hear it. These are a great start. With the supplies we've got already, we lost a lot of stuff when we were running for our lives, and frankly, but we can rebuild.
What do you have in mind?
Like we discussed. Sola could forge better weapons with improvements to her smithy. Alternatively, Dom could certainly cure better for our mantles with new tools. And to keep you in fighting form, having Lane's alchemical tools in top form is... There's no end to the improvements we could make around here. And
What about
me?
Oh, come on. There must be...
I mean, would new shelves be nice? Sure. I also have some ideas for your supply, but don't worry about me. I'm fine. Right now, improving Sola's forge is more important.
I know our band has made the most of what we've got so far, but who wouldn't like a fresh coat of paint? This is a great idea.
Thanks, Bren. Sola is delighted with it. She can refine your sword as soon as you'd like. Great work, Brent.
Turns out we make a pretty good team. This camp...
Yeah. We're definitely going to need to start directing a water flow to the camp. Maybe even install a fountain. Would help to get a garden going in here too. Fruits, vegetables, medicinal herbs. Oh, that reminds me. What?
Do you ever take a break? You know, to enjoy a job well...
Sure. Sometimes. Once there are fewer fires to put out, I'll relax. I swear.
Just try to remember, someone will step in to help lighten your...
It doesn't always feel like the others realize how much needs to get done.
Then tell them. Like how you told me we needed supply. I stepped in to help, and
You did.
the others will do the same.
Maybe. I'd better get back to work. Aurea. It's Lane, by the way.
I knew we'd recover. We always do. Still feels nice to have my core tools back.
Still a long way to go.
Speaking of, we've been scavenging around the way station and reclaimed a fair... They're stored away and ready for you. Should be enough to reforge...
Sounds like it's time to make something that can punch through.
There you go. Not just
Now that I can cut the carapace free.
whenever the band is collaborating on a problem, I'm often the one to create the design, and you'll... At least normally they're my designs. Sev actually came up with this one. With carapace and enough
Any particular metal required?
No, just enough of the same type. Sev and I try to keep our designs flexible, to work with. Once you have everything we need, we'll forge...